Hello and welcome to From the Pitch to Purpose. I am Sammy B. My government name is Samantha Brand, aka Sam, Sammers, Samo, Schmo, Sam, Wise Gamgee, all of these nicknames, and my favorite, Mommy. I have been called many things in my life: professional soccer player, writer, author, speaker, poet, all of those things. But again, my favorite is Mommy. My least favorite is widow. We will talk about all of my life transitions as well as my family and my friends and all of the people that I love the most in this podcast. All of these life transitions have made us who we are, and I cannot wait to explore it all with you. Welcome to From the Pitch to Purpose. Today we have one of my lovely, oldest, dearest friends, Ember, Kernan, MacKay. And we are going to talk about motherhood. We're going to talk about her finding out the diagnosis of her children on the spectrum. We're going to talk about just so much awesomeness. So I can't wait. Sit back, relax, grab a coffee or a tea or something, and let's get into it. This is not all you've been dealing with. Like, you've also had you've blown out your knee how many times in your adulthood?
I had my fourth surgery. It's 5 months ago. It was in December.
Yeah. Okay, but that was after the one that you had just had a surgery when you came from your wedding.
Yeah, is what was 4 years ago?
Yeah,
Well,
2019.
so yeah, 2019. That was ACL, and then I had my surgery that April, and I came out and to your wedding.
Yeah, 2 months later. And
I was
all
like,
I said was, I was such a bridezilla at that point already, and I was like, can you walk down the aisle? Do we have to wheel you down the aisle?
oh no,
I'll be there.
that was
Like,
my first. Okay, good. Surgery's April 2nd. Okay, I'll be out of a brace. I can fly. We're good. Yeah.
yeah. Oh man. But those are like, I mean, on top of a lot of what's going on, you've also had transitions like that, like literally going from walking to not walking and having kids. Like, how was it different? Because your first blowout was your senior year.
Yeah, senior year of high school. I don't even think it was in season, it was preseason. And yeah, my left leg. And that was hard, probably the most mentally because I was so devastated.
Yeah.
And I don't remember this, but Eden remembers, like, and she'll tell me, yeah, you were so mean. It's like, but I was on heavy drugs and like just so upset that I don't even remember. She's like, I came home and you were just very, quick or snappy or whatever. I'm like, I don't even remember. It was really hard.
Yeah. And like, because that was kind of dream changing too, right?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
assumed you'd be going and playing in college.
Yeah, that was the deal. I forget what college. I actually went to and practiced with one college. I think it was a Christian college. I don't even remember what Christian college it was. And they were good. So that was a little humbling. Like, oh shit, yeah,
It's different.
it's different. These girls were, hitting
They
it.
they lift weights. That's the biggest difference. Is they
Right.
lift.
That's probably right. I was pretty small.
Yeah, they lift. I just saw a picture of a lineup in my freshman year. Like, I just looked like a twig in comparison to what I looked like when I graduated. Like, they lift and call we lifted, man.
That makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. That's the secret sauce right there. But yeah, because like, if you were senior year, that means you were already accepting or going to visits, or trying to figure out where you wanted to go. Like,
Yeah.
that's
So
definitely life changing injury. That happened to Naomi as well.
college at all. But I don't know. I'll blame it on my parents. My parents weren't really like uh pushing me. They said like go to college or get a job, but it's like I really didn't know how to go about, you know, going to college without help. Like they really weren't helping me
Mm,
try to figure out what I want to do or even explain, well, if you don't know, just start. It was just
yeah,
there was no there was like I I'm realizing another thing. It was probably because they were going through a divorce.
that
They
that might have put a damper on the situation.
were probably figured it out, Ember. You're on your own. You're an adult
Yeah,
now.
we got stuff to do.
And yeah, they were on the rocks. And then actually they didn't end up getting divorced. They got back together, but they were separated maybe a year. So that's probably we all kind of fell apart for a little bit
Yeah,
there.
just a little bit, your knee included.
So that was probably why I'm like, why didn't they help me?
Yeah. No, I get it. I was told, how old was I? I was pretty young when my mom was like, "Well, if you want to go to college, you have to pay for it yourself with soccer." Like I remember I was very young and it was very factual. It wasn't like it was I mean, we were in that weird gray area of a middle class in which we get no help. Love America.
Yeah,
Where like we made a little bit too much to be on the poverty under poverty line, but we didn't make enough to like be able to pay for any college worthwhile. Like
to save for anything.
or
So
save. That's a big one. Is we weren't like a save a bunch of money, and I call it. Um, I actually have always called it the white girl fund. I don't know why, but all of my like white friends in soccer, they all had like these. Their parents had put money away when they were young, and like it was just like they just had planned for it. You know what I mean? Like they just had a grant that, or not a grant. What are those things called? Where you put it in and it grows?
yeah, I know what you're saying. What was
Yeah,
that called?
I don't
Those-
know.
uh,
But all of the people I played with, I mean soccer was a rich sport too. Like growing up, I didn't meet any other people who didn't have money, you know? And so like very young, I was told, you want to play, you definitely have to get a scholarship. And yup, that was it. And from then on, soccer was a job. It was a job. It was like I have to do this in order to have a career. I have to do this in order to. And it took me a really, really long time to figure out that that's how it felt after that. After figuring out it was going to
it
be,
felt like a job.
it felt like a job. And what's crazy is now I haven't touched a ball. Like I don't care to play. Like I don't care. And it's because like it has been, and I don't say it's forced upon me. It's just been something that I had to do to survive. So even after college, going and playing for the Haiti national team was the only time I've touched a ball in which I was like, my soul was lit up, you know. But I was playing for an entire country of people, you know. Like they would chant my number. Like that's like probably just patted my pride, but like, you know. But it was just like it was a very different goal. It wasn't the goal was not for me to do anything or get anything from soccer. I was giving to soccer and I was giving to people through soccer, and it was just very very different. Um, but yeah, that it I think it was interesting for me to because as I'm thinking about talking with you, thinking about your injury and the timing of it is very similar to Naomi. Blew out her knee her senior year, would have had a full ride to UCLA.
Oh wow.
Yeah, senior year, and it was 98, so surgery was optional.
Oh no.
So I told her, and like a year later or something, she was like, they had another checkup, and the physician was like, well, your knee feels pretty normal. And she's like, yeah, but I needed it to play soccer. And they're like, oh, well, why didn't you tell us that? You know, we would have did it. And it's like, you didn't, that's a question that, how did you do it? You played soccer. You know what I mean? Like, it was just like, it was very, it was sad. And it was very much PPO though. Like, that was the kind of insurance we had. So they weren't going to do the extra mile to figure out why she needs her knee.
Oh, you don't need it. You're not.
Yeah.
I'm an athlete. I'm.
Yeah, no, this is my meal ticket. Like she would have been on the field at UCLA, which is was her dream, you know. Um, but yeah, as I was thinking about things like I wanted to talk with you about, like that was something that I like the timing of that injury definitely changed the course of your life.
Mhm.
And like we might have played each other in college. Like it could have been that weird, you know what I mean? Like it could have been just a different life. But I wondered what in these big parts of your life, like the knee injury, the getting pregnant really young, which I know was your family was happy about it, which is like that's that a lot, like you're like, oh yeah, my mom's excited. I'm like, okay,
Yeah. Weird. Yeah.
yeah, like even those things, but like you had all these things happen. Like what do you think keeps you going? Like what keeps you so, I guess, sustained and
I don't know. Like obviously, I had some rough years of not being happy where I was as a mom, not gonna cry. Or just with the hold on.
You got this, baby.
Change in who I was, because went from an athlete to
I know. You know, I know. Your body was no longer your own. Your time was no longer your own.
which it wasn't. Yeah, I wanted cash, of course, but it was just the struggle of being a new mom
Yeah.
and feeling alone,
Good.
and just feeling alone because Robin had to work a lot, so I was alone.
A lot. Did I ever? I think I told you about the nightmare I had,
I think so.
where it was like you guys were in that apartment. I think it was an apartment with the stairs. I don't know anything else. I can't remember anything else. And I just remember like I came downstairs and you were crying. I was crying and I was like, Ember, are you happy? Please, I'm not gonna leave unless you tell me you're happy. And I think it's because like I felt when I saw you as a new young mom, I was drawn to just protect you. Because that was one of my jobs. Like when Eden graduated, that was that was gonna be my job, you know? And I think that I had such a protective feeling over you in that moment when I first saw you, and like and I dreamt it. I dreamt all my fears. Like it was insane, and I just wanted to make sure you were okay cuz like I said, when you became a mom, you made it look easy. But now that I have become a mom, I literally I would give anything to go back and hug 20-year-old Ember. I would give anything, and I'm sure you would too. But I'm saying it's just like you did it with such grace, and you have done it with such grace. But I know that doesn't mean it was easy because people tell me all the time, I'm fucking strong. Shit's easy. Like, yeah, I'm strong. I have no other choice, and
Yeah,
that doesn't mean it's okay. It just
yeah.
means
I think that's what lots of moms experience. Like you know, are strong because you don't have a choice. You can't leave. You're not going to leave.
yeah,
There's dads have do leave or not in the picture at all because they think they have a choice. Like
yeah. Well, they do. Society says they do. Dads who do the very bare minimum are praised in society. You're at the recital. You have come, you breadwin. You're the breadwinner. They talk about that a lot. There's actually a woman. I need to find her handle, but she talks about default parent. Have you heard this term? Yeah.
yeah,
So I think that like the default parent in so many ways takes so much emotional toll. Like it takes such an emotional toll on us. And I think that like it's just not first off, it's not talked about enough. It's not talked about enough that there's one parent who does hold more responsibility, but it doesn't show on paper. And I think that's the part that's really hard in society for them to look at a stay-at-home mom, any type of mom that doesn't leave the house, just takes care of the kids. Even though the way that I just said it, I'm so inundated in how we talk about moms. You know what I mean? Um, because there's things that we worry about that dads just don't. Our brain chemistry changes when we change more in 9 months than a man does in their entire lifespan. I wanted to kick my husband in the balls when I heard that statistic. Like I just wanted to kick him as hard as humanly possible. I'm like, I give like for 9 months my body does more than your body's gonna do all your life.
that's crazy.
It is. And it's also like it's not just our bodies. We have to change everything. And the things that like a man can get away with, you said a man can leave. If a mother does, you know how hard it is for that mom to come back into that child's life? It
Yeah,
is the most heinous thing if a mom leaves their kid, but dads do it all the time. Oh
leave
my God.
he came back. Oh, joy.
I was watching, oh my God, I was watching American Idol. I was triggered like crazy because I was in the just in the midst of losing my husband to his addiction. I was in the midst of it, right in the midst of it. And I was watching American Idol, and this freaking girl was talking about how her dad came back into her life at 16 years old after being an addict her whole life. And she was like, my dad, my dad, my dad, blah, 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 blah. And I'm thinking,
Where's your mom?
your mom was there, wasn't she? But the whole story,
What's
like,
about it?
whole story was about the dad and how he came back and he got clean and he did. And I'm thinking, there was someone there holding it down for her, nurturing the gift. But dad's getting all this credit and all this camera time. You don't think that's good? I don't know.
The mom who left and was addicted. Like,
Right. That mom, I'm telling you, those people, they just have such a harder time. Like moms in general just have such a higher standard we're held to. And we hold ourselves to it too. You know what I mean? Like we just do. And I think it's, first of all, I don't know who created this. It's very uneven. The amount that we have to, like, just from the get go. Like, I immediately could not smell meat anymore. Like, I'd smell meat and throw up. Like, it was immediately when I was impregnated. You know, like, my boobs hurt so much. So, like, him still sleeping through the night. Like, so it's like it's a very uneven biologically. So
yeah,
I think it's like we're kind of set up for failure there.
yeah, like, go have
Yeah.
fun. I'm gonna go over here now.
Yep. And your life is going to change drastically the second the zygotes. You know, like, it's like immediate. Um, but yeah, and I knew you were going through it, and I don't know. That's actually a big part of my career that was really hard for me. Missing your wedding. Ooh, I'm gonna cry. Missing your wedding was probably one of the hardest things in my career. It just didn't make any sense in my brain. And I missed a lot of weddings. I missed a lot of my friends' weddings, but your wedding was like, and I think that it felt so mean. It felt so selfish. And I've never gotten to tell you that. Like, maybe it feels selfish for me to even say that to you, but it just felt so, to see those pictures and like, I just should have been there. Like, it just, till this day, like I can't, it's like the weirdest thing to not forgive yourself for something like that, like because there's just no changing it. I mean, I'm gonna make you renew your vows eventually. And I'll be there and I will be the flower girl. But I don't know. So I think that, hmm, yeah, I've watched you have all these transitions. And that's the thing about knowing someone. We were teenagers. I was still trying to go grow boobs when we met. Like that was my biggest feat in life when we met. Like I didn't want boobs. Like, and you've known me prior to becoming prior to college soccer,
Yeah.
which changed me as a human being. Like it's amazing to have known you for this long. And the fact that like you're willing to come on here and talk, your 14-year-old self right now, Em, would be elated.
Yeah. Would be like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, like I was like, I geared up for like having to convince you. Like I was like, all right, I'm gonna talk this, I'm gonna talk this, and you were like, nah, it sounds cool, let's do it. I'm like, what is happening right now? Like, yeah, I was like, no, yeah, that's great, and please be my first guest ever. Like, please, because it makes sense to me, you know. But I don't know. I'm just like, when I hear you talk about that, really those darker times, like I still don't understand how you got through it. Do you?
Mm, no. Let's see. So talk a little bit more about it. Uh, because I'd be fine all day, take care of the kid. I forget. I started going back to work pretty early on, and me and Robin would just do opposite shifts. I don't even think my parents were watching Cash too much. Maybe they would come over a little bit here and there, but mostly we're just, me and Robin would work opposite. And maybe Eden was there. She would come over. too. But then I would like crash and cry in the shower every night because I hated myself.
Yeah.
Body. I hated, you know, not having any free time. I hated not seeing friends. You know, so and I don't know. I think I would drink with Robin, and then but when I realized I was drinking, so I wouldn't cry, I stopped because I'm like not that person, or because I could see me using. I didn't even do it for a long time. I swear it was like only, I don't know. It wasn't even months. I would be like, oh, I'm gonna have a drink tonight because I don't want to go cry. And I just want to feel normal and not feel emotional.
Yeah.
But after doing that for a little bit, I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna smother my emotions. And so, and after, I don't know how long I cried in the shower.
Yeah.
And it was about, just the change in my body, stretch marks, stuff I couldn't control. I could control like the weight and stuff like that. And I think just focusing on trying to get, back to health and, on cash and just moving forward. And I did come out of it. Yeah, that part. And like I went back into it after baby number 3 of being full of panic and full of anxiety. And, there was a lot of times where I was really bitter at Rob because him not doing as much or not knowing what to do, or me not asking him, being like, what I need, this is what you need to do. Because that's not the type of person I am either, is I don't telling people what to do. I think they should know what you already to do. You're just doing it.
Yeah.
You once and you don't do it, then I'm going to do it myself. So there was lots of years of that, not being able to communicate and just being passive aggressive.
Yeah.
Me and his relationship. But that's, definitely changed.
Yeah.
Because he's a good dad, but then, he's still a guy who's like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah. 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 Conveniently. Have you ever heard of the it was like, I don't know if I'm going to explain this correctly, but it's like staying ignorant is like one of the dad things that they do. They not deliberately don't learn things, but it's almost like saying, "Well, you're so good at washing dishes, you should do it. You're just so good at."
I think the word is weaponized incompetence.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. It's actually so deeply ingrained in our society. It's deeply, and to the fact that like like a man who can cook. Oh my God, he can cook. He does the dishes. Oh, you've hit the jackpot. That's ridiculous. Rhea cooked me eggs this morning. Like, she's two. You know what I mean? Like, it's ridiculous that we are so okay with men's weaponized incompetence.
Yeah. I told him that because I think I heard that this year. I'm like, that's what it's called. That's what it is. Because, and I forget what he did, but I told him that it looks a little bit like weaponized incompetence. He was like, what? Like, you don't know how to do it, so you're not going to learn how to do it because, I will do it if you don't. Okay.
That's the one. And I think it's and what's crazy is that my husband wasn't necessarily like that. Like, I think it's because he was raised by a woman, like just a woman, and he also he learned a lot of things and he did a lot of things as a woman would because that was his example in his life. And I think it's like kind of amazing. I and also makes me very, very sad that he's gone. But like he cooked so much and so well. And I almost like I actually had to check myself when I was using my incompetence as a weapon. Because there was a lot of incompetence in my life because I was living in a foreign freaking country. So I didn't always know how to turn on a washing machine. Like it was in Swedish, And I think that like I actually hated my incompetence when I was there. So I don't know how men can do it. I don't understand it because I hate when I feel incompetent. Like I
Yeah, I don't know. It's like them wanting to be cared for, or you do them, you're the mom, so you should be doing all the caring around the house. And oh, I did my part, but now I don't know. Yeah. But the same thing with Ram. Ramen's a cook, like, but he like overly cooks. Like he was like, I'm going to make pork loin tonight. I'm like, can you not?
can
Can
you
you,
just make us mac and cheese?
yeah. Can you do something quick? We don't have time for this.
Yeah, yeah. No, he actually same. He would like it's a production and he has to have a certain playlist playing and a whole lot of same. So last question. Do you this one you can get me later if you don't know it, but do you have a favorite quote?
I don't know if I do. No.
No? What's a
Mm.
phrase that you say to your kids all the time?
Hey, that's what I said.
My podcast is now going to be called That's What I Said.
It's because of the animated movie Rango, the lizard, Johnny Depp. There's this, I don't even know the context, but he just yells at another creature, another lizard. That's what I said. Or at least Evie does, because she really
Yeah,
likes.
yeah.
Really, you ever seen Rango? It's pretty funny. It's
I think I have. I think I have.
like this dark Western animation, and it's so weird because it's like, it's kind of dark
Yeah,
for
for a kids movie. Yeah, they're not going to get a lot of it, but
no, it goes over the head. So when I watch it, I'm like, this is really funny. And yeah, just Johnny Depp's voice of yelling, "That's what I said," is literally what I say, because they'll question what I said or like repeat what I said. So I'll yell that back at them.
oh, that's it. That's amazing. That
There's
really is a
a
good title for a podcast. That's what I said.
uh, there's and then I used to say, you can do it all by yourself.
You
Let
can
me
do
see.
it all by yourself. Let me see you do it. Hey!
Get it. They did not get it. And finally, because I would say it for a few years, I finally showed them the song. And now the girls will play that song.
Yeah,
Because I'm like, can you do this? Can you give me water? I'm like, you literally can do it all by yourself.
yeah. Which is actually Freya's favorite quote. I could do it. I do it myself. I do it myself. She's in that phase, which is fun. Yeah. Actually, I think my go-to phrase with her, like, I don't know, since she first started moving, because she's been reckless since her body started moving on its own. I'm always like, "You good, bro?" When she falls, when she hits her head, I'm just the first thing out of my head, "You good, bro?" And I don't know why. I don't know what, but I know obviously the foundation of it is that I don't want to overreact and be like, because then
Yeah.
she'll cry. But like, it's always been, "You good, bro?" Like I've always envisioned her one day being like, "I'm good, bro." Like, I can't wait for the day that she says it back to me. Hasn't happened yet.
But I still say that to Cash because I'll check in on him. This text, like
Mm-hmm.
he was with
Mm-hmm.
eighth grade graduation, and then I hadn't heard from him in a little bit. But I was like, okay, I'll text him a little bit. Like, you good?
You good?
You good?
You
Just to check. Concerned. Are you good?
Yeah, it's really funny in mixed company, like where she'll like boom and like smack her face on something, and like she'll look at me and I'll be like, "You good, bro?" And she'll be like, "Yeah," and then people are like, "She's fine. She's like she has one less tooth." like, but it's just how I've always reacted to her falling or whatever. But I think that's mine. I think that's like my parenting. That's my parenting. If I made a book, that would be all that was in it. Yep.
Okay.
And lay down from the monitor in her bed. Like that is time to lay down now, Freya. That's a big one. I say that all the time. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I just love you so goddamn much. Like I do. I really do. And I think seeing you last weekend, I was just like, ah, if only we could just teleport. That'd be great.
Yeah. I know. Hey, that was a really good day. That was a long day.
A very long day. And when you told me that you usually only go Like we went to Knott's Berry Farm for what, 8 hours, and you usually only go for 2, 3 hours.
There for 10 hours, I
You were
think.
there for 10 hours. We were there for 8.
Gosh. Yeah. Usually it's just like, 3 to 4 hours and then we see you later. But we're also driving 3 kids around who are annoying and then
Also that. No,
and then
it was really good to see you.
Robin's easily irritated. He doesn't like crowds and he doesn't like um noise. So I don't know why we go anywhere.
Yeah. I don't know where we're going.
Actually, he loves amusement park. It's all his idea, or else I probably wouldn't have Knott's passes. So
Yeah. Yeah. That's interesting. But yeah, my dad loved amusement parks. And he loved roller coasters. And the only reason he could never go on them was because of his pacemaker. And that's why he loved Ghost Rider so much. Like he couldn't do. But that what is the one, Hang Time? I don't know if he would have liked it because it does go upside down without a chest harness, which seems real unsafe now that I think about it.
really strange. And that seatbelt's not doing anything. Like it does. I'm like, why doesn't it stay tight? It's just
That's gonna catch me if this thing pops off. That's not
yeah,
gonna catch me.
yeah. It's not
It'll just split me in two, right at my bladder. Oh, all right. Well, I will let you go to bed. I should go to bed. Love you
okay.
so much.
And if we need to do this again, if you go back and be like, well, that wasn't great, then we can do it again.
I doubt that highly. I think
All
that
right.
you were very honest and amazing.
All right. Thank you. It was fun.
Yeah. All right. I love you.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
Bye, babe.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. If you like what you heard, please subscribe so we can get more of these out to you. Go tell someone they're awesome today.